everyone. Good morning. Today is July the 16th, and on to the next one. This is yesterday's. I think after I finish half of my sketchbook, I might do a critique on each one of them, because I do notice his ear is a little bit too upwards. His ear should be a little bit down, so that it kind of showcases he's tilting his head upwards. Yeah, but on to the next one. I'm not sure what should I draw today. Maybe this. Yeah. I'm feeling him today. Okay, so today is also a slight overcast. Yeah, that's why it might be a little bit darker. I don't know. All right. Cool. So let's draw him. Wait, I have to scooch over a little bit. Okay. Yep. Let's do this. His top of his forehead and his chin, right? And then let's find the overall shape of his face, as usual. Like right now, I'm not using any measuring methods, although I know how to measure. But the practice of these are just doing quick sketches. It shouldn't be perfect. Yep, and his hair probably here. Cool. So I have a comment asking if I do other forms of art, like landscape, forms of painting, I guess, landscape, stuff like that, or do I only do portraiture? So for me, I want to focus on something specific first, instead of just doing this a little time and then that a little time, a little bit, and then eventually you don't even get that much practice in, because you just kind of lose focus on what you're practicing on. So I don't really want that to happen, because I feel like before, that was me. I was just doing a lot of stuff here and there. I was customizing shoes. I was doing sewing. I was doing pinstriping. Pinstriping and stuff like that. And these are all interests. I feel like in the end, I do really like doing portraits. Yeah, I can do landscape. I can draw a lot of like flowers, pretty things, but I think like right now it's just not my focus, because I just want to get good at drawing portraits, or relatively good at drawing portraits. Yeah, I do have somewhat of a roadmap in my mind, as in like where I want to take it or how to improve. I think having that kind of roadmap, especially when you're self-taught or learning yourself, is really important. It kind of guides you of where you want to go and what you want to learn. So for me, doing these portraits every single day first is getting the habit of drawing, of like practicing every single day. I don't know, my charcoal is acting weird. Yeah, it's stuck. My charcoal is stuck. Okay, anyway. So getting that habit of drawing every day, just moving your hand basically. And you know, I think that's really important because a lot of the times you always want to draw masterpieces, at least me before, but then we kind of lose sight of the everyday practices, which is more important actually, because quantity is actually really important when you're in your beginning stage. Just getting all the practices in, getting your hours in. Yeah. So these series that you guys are seeing and I'm posting, it's just my daily practice. Like, it's nothing spectacular, it's nothing unusual. It's just like the day-to-day grind that you guys maybe don't see that much on YouTube, because a lot of people they don't showcase the daily grind. They maybe do a montage of, oh hey, I'm like drawing every single day, blah blah blah, and here's my result. That's nice, that's cool, but you only see that much of it, you know. Like here I want to showcase like the day-to-day. Like for me, I don't like hiding a lot of stuff. It's just not my personality. I think I'm a pretty honest person on the internet and also in real life. If I don't reply or like if I just don't do anything, it's probably because I'm lazy, because I don't put internet first, although ironically I am doing YouTube and stuff like that. But it's just, you know, a part of marketing and yeah. But like right now, I think my community, my subscribers and followers is not crazy, so I can still reply every single day and reply to every single comment. Kind of have this mini community going on, which is nice. I really treasure these moments. Yeah, and okay, after the sketchbook, or after this whole thing, the day-to-days, I'm going to draw on, I want to draw on paper, but I am drawing on paper right now. I mean bigger scale paper, and also using another technique, using my palette knife, also with charcoal, because I feel like using palette knife, it really gives you the idea of painting. It's kind of like you're painting with charcoal, using, you know, a palette knife. So yeah, and you know, once I'm getting used to that, I'll either do portrait, like live portrait. I think like I would start doing the palette knife thing soon, because I do want to do some live portrait downstairs. It's not as intimidating now because I think of it every single day, and then I just kind of imagine myself doing it. So, which is cool. Yeah. And, you know, from there, doing charcoal, the reason why I'm doing charcoal first is because you can get a huge range of values using charcoal. Charcoal is just fun. It's like painting somehow. And yeah, I feel like it gives a really good introduction to painting. So after these whole charcoal portrait thing, I would start painting daily, as in using paint. I do need to figure out like all these different ideas. It's the setup, the camera setup is probably different. So I still have to figure out like the different setups, stuff like that, yeah. But after the portrait stuff, I'm going to do daily paintings. Daily paintings is like also like a good, like you can just gradually get yourself into painting, I think. Like me drawing portrait every single day, I actually learned a lot. I never even thought of it. Like I watch all the YouTube videos, they say, oh, doing 100 portrait challenge, blah, 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 blah. It's cool, but I do see people getting burnt out of it and people not completing it, which is totally fair, because at a certain point you're just tired. You're just like drawing a portrait for like 10 portraits in, I don't know, 10 days, or like 100 portraits in like 10 days, or each day you're drawing 10 portraits. That's actually a lot. I know in art school it's like nothing. Probably you're drawing 100 portraits every single day, but you know, just to the average person or like me, it's a lot. So yeah, drawing a portrait every day, just one portrait, it kind of eases the anxiety. My lead just broke. It kind of eases the anxiety out of it, like, oh, I have to finish this, blah, 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 for the YouTube video, stuff like that. But I think drawing the portrait every day, I kind of understand how to simplify things. Before, I always had a hard time simplifying things, as in like, if I look at a scene, I don't know, if I look at a real life scene, I don't know how to simplify it. It's just way too complicated. For me, there's just way too much going on, a lot of details. That's why I like copying other people's work. I mean, like, you know, as in practicing, not as in, oh, putting it in your portfolio. That's why copying other people's work is like easy for me, because it's already there. I don't have to actually think of what the composition is or like how to simplify it, right? So yeah, but drawing a portrait every day, I'm kind of used to simplifying the portraits. And then since I have my, you know, hand going on every single day, like the gesture of it, I'm familiar with it. So yeah, it's nice. And I'm just like more comfortable in drawing portraits, although there are times that I feel like I drew the portrait way off. But you know, it's fine. Like sometimes I'm in a good mood, sometimes I'm in a bad mood. It's okay. It is what it is. But I think also learning to trust your own skill is really, really important. I think that's one thing I don't do enough, like trusting my own skills. There's a lot of times after I finish a portrait or after I finish a drawing, I'm like, oh wow, it actually looks like something in real life, or oh, it actually looks like my friend. Yeah, I always get really amazed that it looks like them. Because there's always like a really ugly drawing stage when it doesn't look like anything, and then you're like, I fucked this up, you know? But yeah. And also I think I do want to take a portrait class. I saw one of the artists that I like. His style is really cool. I really want to learn from him. Yeah, I really want to take a portrait class from him. This guy looks really cartoony. I'm not sure if it's because his hair. It's kind of... let me make sure everything is in frame. Okay, awesome. Yeah, and then I can also do watercolor as well. Watercolor, it's not my main goal, it's just something to ease myself into painting, to be honest. I think watercolor, it's pretty easy. I know a lot of people say it's hard because watercolor just does its own thing and you can't really correct it. Like for oil painting, you can always correct it. You can continuously work on the same thing again and again. But for watercolor, it's just there. Like you can't really change anything, and then if you make a mistake, and that's it. But I think that's the beauty of watercolor. You just kind of have to learn to embrace the mistakes that you made and not to touch it. Like, it's annoying for sure, but I think that's one of the beauties of it. There's a good color in his hair. He looks really cartoony. I don't know why. I don't like that kind of feeling. I don't like cartoony feeling. Oh, I think this charcoal is acting weird as well. This is acting weird. Why? Why, you guys? I'm just gonna darken him. Oh yeah, and you know, thanks for all the subscribers that chose to watch my video, that chose to subscribe me. I really appreciate it, to be honest. Like, I mean, if you catch my vibe, that's awesome. If you don't, that's fine. And yeah, just want to document my journey. I really want to just be a full-time artist. I don't want to work for anyone anymore. Yeah, that's basically it. I think I put his color way too dark. Oh, it's fraying. I think this is it for today, for this portrait. His eyes doesn't really look real. I don't know. Yep, this is it for today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. What is this? Oh, today's date? Today is 16th of July. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, a little bit advertisement for myself. If you enjoy, you know, my blabbering, my content, just remember to like the videos and subscribe me. Thank you. Bye.